I'm Dr. Jackie Abell. I am a reader in social psychology in the Research Centre for Psychology, Behaviour and Achievement, and also a particular research theme, which is identities, resilience, conflict and occupational psychology. I'm also the Director of Research for the African Lion and Environmental Research Trust. The research vision is to contribute to conservation of the African lion. We do this using a responsible development approach, which tries to get all stakeholders in lion conservation on the same page at the same time in order to improve the chances of the African lion being successfully conserved in the wild. I also want to establish the role of social sciences within lion conservation and to create and sustain multidisciplinary teams, because conservation is not just about the wildlife, but it is also about communities required to protect that wildlife. Our current projects involve reintroduction of the African lion. So this is an ex situ reintroduction programme that is designed to get lions from captive founders, the second generation wild-born cubs, back into the wild. We also assess and monitor wild populations. So we also engage in research with local communities. We are involved in projects to do with human-wildlife conflict, so to help local people live alongside some of the most dangerous predators in the world, such as lions. We're also involved in improving rural communities' access to education, so to improving literacy and numeracy. We also design, implement and assess conservation education programs within schools in Zambia and Zimbabwe. This is to educate people not only about the environment, but to also offer them incentives and sustainable ways of living, such that conservation becomes a good choice for local people. So this fits with the themes of PBA and also in particular ERCO, in so far as we are developing psychological approaches to conservation education. So to ensure that what we do with local communities in those schools is robustly designed and we know positively affects attitudes and behaviours in a pro-conservation manner. I'm also part, as I said, of the research theme ERCO, and ERCO stands for Identities, Resilience, Conflict and Occupations. And what we're interested in is about how we can bolster people's identities such that they identify positively with wildlife and with conservation, how we can help rural communities to be resilient in the face of endangered wildlife and to have sustainable lives, and how we mitigate issues such as conflict, so human-wildlife conflict. How do you live alongside a dangerous predator? I think the future for us is about delivering an effective lion conservation programme that supports not only wildlife, but also supports those communities we ask to live alongside wildlife. So we need good, robust science in order to do that. I think it's quite important that we work alongside African universities and African people. And to that aim, we've been establishing research links with African universities in Zambia and in Zimbabwe. For me, what is important as a psychologist is to really bring social psychology to the forefront of conservation work. It is a topic that has been ignored by this discipline, and it's one I'd like to see put on the map, because I think it really can help with the future of the African lion, as well as other wildlife more generally.